we're joined by political consultant Michael Geoghegan. He's in Victoria, BC. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start with Prime Minister Harper's Conservatives. What do the Tories need to do to win again in 2015?
Well, besides get the most votes, obviously they're going to have a very strong ground campaign. They're going to have to connect with voters, and in this day of multimedia and social media and whatnot, that is harder than ever.
Mm-hmm. The Conservatives are ahead in campaign funding. Do you think that's going to be a big advantage for them?
Yes, because it means that every dollar they're legally allowed to spend, they'll be able to spend. And for example, the first 9 months of this year, they've raised, I think it was almost $14 million. The Liberals raised in the same time period just under 10, and I believe the NDP raised about just under 6 million. So they're definitely winning when it comes to fundraising.
How do Canadians feel about their Prime Minister?
Well, I think there's mixed feelings. I think that there are some that feel he's been a very capable manager. There's others that vilify him. I think reality is that he's been a capable manager, but he's not the kind of person that gives a huge warm fuzzy to a lot of Canadians. But a lot of Canadians don't want that in a prime minister. They want someone who's just going to capably take care of things.
And Trudeau's Liberals, they have been doing well or getting better. How can they, though, prevent a repeat of the disastrous 2011 election?
Well, in some ways, Trudeau has the opposite problem in that he's very much connected on an emotional level with Canadians. But now the challenge for him is to say, yes, I'm up to the job of being Prime Minister of Canada, and so therefore he has to avoid any serious gaffes that make him look like an intellectual lightweight. What he has to demonstrate is that he can be a capable manager of the country.
Mm-hmm. And the official opposition, what do the NDP need to do to maintain or build on their gains from 4 years ago?
Well, and that's where you have to have sympathy for Mulcair. I mean, he's got the gravitas, but he doesn't seem to have the outside of Quebec. He doesn't seem to have the kind of following one would expect from someone who is the official opposition. And most polls that I've seen now have the NDP back in their traditional third place. So I think a very likely scenario is the best outcome for the NDP is that there'll be a substantial third-place party that may end up holding the balance of power and thus determining who is the Prime Minister after the next election.
Mm-hmm. And what about the NDP and Liberals taking a page out of Obama's campaign book?
Well, yeah, that's very interesting. And this has been going on for a number of years. I think it actually goes some ways to explaining some of the problems the Harper government's had with getting Obama to approve the Keystone XL pipeline. But there's this real history of major campaign strategists and consultants from the Democratic Party working for both the Liberals and the NDP, not just at the federal level, but at the provincial level. We've tended to see Republicans working more often with conservative parties, but certainly we've seen some Democrats come up to Canada and work with both the Liberals and the NDP. Again, that struggle to how do you best engage Canadians and connect with them, be it grassroots, social media, or what have you.
Okay, thanks so much, Michael, for joining us.
Thank you.